Ned, we got the trade deadline coming up, August 1st. So we're just a little over 2 weeks away. We're starting to see small little deals and rumors of some bigger deals. Heard today that the Dodgers are in on Giolito, but so are 20 other teams probably that want him. Tell the listeners what it's like at this time of year from both ends as a general manager when you're wanting to get somebody's player, you're making the call, inquiring to see if he might be available. Tell us how that goes down. And then also when you're on the receiving end, someone's calling you and wants one of your players. How does that work, the negotiation? And just maybe give us an idea of what it looks like the best you can.
Well, it doesn't just start now. You've been talking to teams consistently, really, except maybe the end of spring training in the month of April, where everybody kind of lets everything kind of settle in. But you're constantly you have a very good feel for what teams are thinking. So you can accelerate it now. The teams that are in the sell mode, their greatest danger is somebody that they're trying to trade gets hurt. After that, they really have very little downside because if they have a quality pitcher, hitter, the races, there's so many teams in it now with extra teams getting a chance at the postseason. There's a great audience for those players. The second part of your question on when you have a player that a team wants, I was really fortunate. I think my last 20 some years, I think we had two times, maybe one in San Fran and one in LA that we were in the sell mode, so to speak. So I'm not real familiar with that. I can tell you prospects, yeah, people will call you on prospects, but basically because they've got the big leaguer you want. And I traded Rafael Furcal after a few years, the only time we were ever out of the race during my tenure in LA. And in my tenure in San Francisco, it was a long time since we were out of a race. So that piece of it, a little bit unique for me. I can tell you, prospects, great prospects, people will call you on that, but they won't just be calling you on that prospect. They'll have a big league player knowing at this time of year, the teams that I was in charge of or helped be in charge of, that we were in the race and who we were looking for. So it's a process, Danny, that continues to go on from the last time you talked. It's not like everybody shuts their phone off for 6 months and the All-Star game ends and everybody starts calling everybody on deals. No, it's been going on all year.
Right. Back even at the winter meetings, the deals didn't get made and then they continue over into the season. But what about, let's say you're calling, so-and-so general manager and you want a player and he says, how does that work? He says, well, okay, I want so-and-so, one of your prospects.
You bring up guys and you say, hey, if you get to the point where you want to move Dan, give me a shot. We have some interest. They retire. Well, how much interest? A lot of interest. We've got a pretty strong interest, but that's also subjective, Dan. My strong interest may not be the same strong interest on the other side. But people know. You have conversations, as I said. People know where your interest lies.
People do you get into? I was going to say, do you get into situations where there's two other teams that are out after the same guy?
You don't know what anybody's doing.
They don't tell you anything like, "Hey, I got a better deal," or nothing like that.
You know what teams need too. So if there's one center fielder and there's 4 teams looking for a center fielder, there's a chance that you're going to be in with the other 3 teams.